This is where 99% of barbers fail when it comes to bookings. Let me show you something crazy. I have 1,430 returning clients and every single one of them pays me $250 minimum per cut. I can tell you that getting clients isn't the hard part. Majority of your income as a barber doesn't come from new clients. It comes from those loyal returning customers who book with you time and time again. Keeping them, raising their value and building a strong retention, that's where the real money is at. After helping hundreds of barbers and building my own business to 25K months, I've learned exactly what it takes to stay fully booked out without having the stress of consistently chasing new clients. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down my proven system to stay fully booked out with high paying clients, keep coming back on autopilot. This is the same system that helped Kevin get to 2 months booked out in advance in just 90 days working with us. Let's get into it. The first on this list is the client experience pipeline. Now, how many times have you been no-showed and waiting for the client to come in, you're ready for the cut, but then you spend the next hour wondering where the heck this guy is? This is where we optimize our client experience pipeline. First is what we do before the client comes in, during the haircut, and then after the post-cut ritual. So making sure that we dial in all three to make sure not only your client has a good experience, but you're protected as well. What it comes down to is preparation. So the first step is pre-appointment communications. This means that it's very important to have client communications before your actual appointment. Doing this will allow to boost up your client's show-up rate by 75%. So what you want to do is have an automated reminder 2 days before the actual client appointment. Using the booking apps Square, Squire, or Booksy, they allow you to have automated reminders. At the end of the day, it all comes down to preparation before. So the pre-appointment communications, you should have an automated reminder 2 days before the client comes in, so then they can confirm it. And then the day before, actually have direct communication with them. Give them a message so then you can actually know that they're a real person. Doing this, you're able to give them quick updates, so then in case you're late or any updates throughout the day, and then you know that they're actually coming for real. The next process of the client experience pipeline is the perfect consultation. What a lot of barbers don't know is that 70% of the client experience and how good they feel about the cut is 70% in the consultation. So personally, I designate 10 minutes out of my 1 hour appointment for the consultation process. I mean, how can you expect to deliver a high quality cut when you don't even have a vision of what the client actually wants? So when you have a high quality consultation, it shows the client that you actually care about them. When you care about them, it actually boosts up client return rate because now the consultation actually tailored to what the client actually wants. And during this, you're actually enabled to connect with them, especially if they're a new client. You're actually able to understand who they are, what their preferences is like, so then you can really tailor that experience for them. I've had a lot of clients tell me like, yo, like I've actually never had this done before. Like no one's actually asked me these type of questions, and overall boosts up the whole client experience. I've had clients tell me like, wow, no barber has ever done that before. Let's face it, some clients barely say a word about what they want, leaving you guessing about their ideal cut. So here's my 3-step consultation to help you know exactly what your client wants for you to achieve a high quality cut. Step 1 is to get a vision of the actual haircut, and you don't want to move on to the cutting process before you get like an actual visual image in your head of what the client actually wants. So the best way to do this is ask them if they have a photo, and if they don't have a photo, actually pull out your phone and find the photos for them, because when you're able to have a visual, it's very easy to create that rather than trying to make things up on your head. Step 2 now is to tailor the cut to your client. So you want to find out aspects to tailor the cut to your client, asking questions such as like, hey bro, how high do you want the fade to be? What's your line of preference? What texture do you kind of want your hair? Like how often do you normally get a cut so I know to make sure that the cut lasts long? This will really allow you to understand what their actual preference is. And then step 3, you want to ask them questions to give you better context of the client's previous experience. So one would be, what's the most important part about the haircut for you? Number 2 would be, what's a problem that you have with your hair? So understanding these 2 questions allows you to ensure that you're focused on executing what the client's key preference, so then you can actually solve the client's issue. With these 3 steps, not only are you able to go above and beyond the personalization for your client, but the simple act of even asking them like these questions shows your clients that you're a high level barber, which really increases the client experience. Now, once the consultation is done, you've done the haircut, you want to get into the post-cut ritual A lot of barbers, they just leave so much money on the table. Just by spending an extra 10 minutes can exponentially raise the value of each client after you've done the cut. Most barbers, they just get payment, transactional, in and out, and leave the client going. There's no actual care in there. So there's a 3-step post-cut ritual to ensure that your client returns every single time. One is when you're done with the cut, properly show the client the haircut. Gas them up, because when you compliment someone, they have no choice but to smile. They'll smile cheek to cheek. Then number 2 is you want to ask them for a review, like a genuine review. Something like, is there anything I could have done better for the next time I cut your hair, bro? When you do that, it actually shows that you care about your client. You care about making your cut better each time. When this client sees that, it develops this loyalty. Like, damn, no barber has ever asked me that before. He cares about making my next cut better, not just this one. Step 3 is you want to ask them how often do they normally get their cut. They can be like, okay, I get my cut like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but sometimes they forget. So you want to say, okay, I'll book you in for 3 weeks. How's Monday, Tuesday? When you do that, you capitalize on the highs of the client experience. This is when the client is most like fulfilled. He's at his top. So when you do that and you ask them to rebook, they are more likely to rebook with you. And therefore, if you just lock them in for every 3 weeks, you have a regular client that's coming every single 3 weeks at that spot. And then ultimately, if you do that for 5, 6 clients, you automatically like already have that slot filled. So it makes your life easier. The next on this list is client retention through social media. Now, a lot of people and a lot of barbers focus on getting new clients through social media, but barbers don't know how to use social media to retain the clients and keep them coming back. So we all know that social media is more scalable. Instead of trying to manually input, retain each client, like, hey bro, when would you like to come back? Hey bro, sending individual updates, it doesn't make sense to do that because you have to do it for every single client. So we can use social media for that purpose of retaining clients. How you would do this is giving reminders on your IG story. So how you would do it is, for example, if you have slots that is opening up, if you have any appointments that you need to get filled, literally put up your times and just like a nice background and cross it off as you go. When you do this, you create urgency because each time a viewer sees and a client that's been to you, they see that you're getting booked up, they'll want to book with you because they see everyone coming in and taking those slots. So how you would do this is post a video of your best work 3 times a week with a reminder like slots filling up and link in the bio to book. This encourages those last minute bookers to act quickly. You ever get that feeling when the day before you don't get that much bookings, but then when you wake up and you start going out your day, you see the bookings coming in? This technique right here will encourage those last minute bookers to act quickly and actually book in through scarcity. So you can implement this when it's more quiet, like a Monday, Tuesday, maybe a Sunday. I'm gonna give you a bonus on this list now. And the third one is protect your time. You and I both know that time is the biggest currency. And oftentimes clients are late or they come up no-show. And honestly, I remember when I had a time where I had a packed schedule. I thought I did, carrying on my day and ready to start the day until 5 of them didn't show up. I realized that I was too lenient. I didn't take my business serious enough until when it happened so many times throughout the week that I started losing money. So honestly, I had enough. That day, I scripted my no-show policy, posted it, and I never looked back. So how I did this is I posted it on my story. So I'll give you the script right here and you can literally screenshot it. Boom, boom. The thing is that my whole life, I never took life so seriously. Therefore, it bled into my business. As a business owner, you have to stay strict on your standards because setting these policies allows you to have your standards and also protect your time, because at the end of the day, we operate on an hourly basis and on a client-to-client basis. If one person doesn't show up, that has a detriment. And especially is if we keep that up and we're not enforcing rules, then it ultimately comes back on us. So implementing this will protect your time. So that's how to stay fully booked out consistently. Now, you might be thinking, Hakeem, this all sounds great, but can I actually do this on my own? Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. Building systems like this takes time, effort, and probably a few mistakes along the way. You could do it yourself. Or you can join the exclusive group of barbers in High Ticket Barbers, where you receive everything you need to become one of the highest paid, most in-demand barber in your city. I give away as much value as I can on these YouTube videos. But there's got more strategies that I share in High Ticket Barbers that I just can't give away publicly. Because the more people that know about them, the less effective they become. These exclusive systems is what got Patrick to gain 35 clients right after increasing his price to $90 a haircut within just 30 days of working with us. He's now making $15K a month, and we're about to smash $20K a month within just the next few months.
Since joining High Ticket Barber, I have gained 35 new clients. That's three bands, $3,000 in a month. I've increased my income by 3,000. 33, 34, 35 new clients in 30 days. So something that's changed with High Ticket Barber is that I'm able to focus better on the stuff that I'm good at instead of like just being a half-ass editor and a half-ass barber. I could be like a whole-ass barber, and then I don't have to be an editor.
If you want the opportunity to scale your barber business like Patrick has and get hands-on support by me, then click the link below to see my free presentation. Until next video.